Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, liability for SpaceX accident is now being discussed. Red Bull race in Lausitz went down to the wire. The United States Parachute Association addresses safety issues. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's September 7th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. After the loss of the SpaceX booster and its Amos 6 satellite last weekend in the fiery accident that has been widely viewed, it is not surprising that the owner of the satellite seeks to be compensated. According to the Reuters report, the Israeli-based company, Space Communications Limited, is asking for $50 million or a free satellite launch from SpaceX. In earlier reports, the value of the launch was placed at something over $200 million, and in the Reuters report, it says that the Israeli company could also collect $205 million from the Israeli Aerospace Industries, who are said to have built the satellite. At this time, there are a lot of numbers flying around, and it sounds more like a tabloid report than information that can be verified. We'll keep you posted when we get more solid evidence about who will pay for what for the losses involved in this unfortunate accident. In the meantime, we'll also keep you informed about when SpaceX will be back in the spaceflight business. According to reports, the Red Bull Air Race that was held over the weekend at the EuroSpeedway in Lausitz, Germany, was a really good show. As could be expected, the local crowd was rooting for Germany's Matthias Döderer, but it wasn't to be. However, Australia's Matt Hall denied Döderer a hometown Red Bull Air Race first place win in the heart-stopping final that now sets up a fierce duel of the World Championship in the final two races of the season. Red Bull reports that with everything hinging on the final pilot to fly, who was Matthias Döderer, it is hard to hear the race planes over the home crowd's cheers of encouragement. Although German flew his heart out, his flight led him to a second-place win. Pete McLeod of Canada earned his first-place podium of the season in the third. Döderer and Hall are now number 1 and 2 in the World Championship standings. The duel will continue at their Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where the next Red Bull race is scheduled on October 1st through 2nd. Red Bull Air Racing is headed for the U.S. After the break, the USPA corrects a safety problem.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. Skydiving is a sport that is regulated by the FAA as it relates to the use of the National Airspace System, the aircraft operation, and the maintenance of parachutes. However, the training of skydive instructors and skydivers is performed through industry certification. The United States Parachute Association reports that a recent fatal tandem accident and subsequent information have led to the USPA to conclude that a number of candidates who attended industry-based tandem instructor rating courses conducted by certain instructors were not properly taught and or were not properly certified through the industry program. Now, USPA is taking steps to ensure that all of the approximately 140 tandem instructors and candidates affected can demonstrate proper emergency procedures, have completed the knowledge test from USPA, and tandem manufacturer United Parachute Technologies that have submitted proper rating applications to the applicable industry organizations. About 120 skydivers must undergo a new USPA-developed refresher course, while some 20 others have had their rating suspended and must undergo a complete tandem instructor rating course conducted by a current USPA tandem examiner. We at ANN applaud the USPA for taking action to maintain skydiving safety. With some 2,000 Aero TV programs webcast to cyberspace, sometimes it can be fun to look back and enjoy some of the places we've seen, the flyers we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at our favorite Aero TV classic episode.
We take people from zero to pilot in about 6 weeks under a fully funded scholarship.
In this video, we learn a great deal about an organization called Able Flight, and we meet a man whose love of flight overcomes his disabilities. Through aviation, he actually acquired an alternate ability. Search A Love for Flight Has No Limits on Aero TV's news channel. After these messages, a satellite takes a hit.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartford Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartford Propeller.
The aviation industry is full of news, and we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. A satellite takes a hit from space particles, but it's not as bad as science fiction movie might have it, portray it. The Copernicus Sentinel-1A Satellite was hit by a millimeter-sized particle in orbit on August 23rd. Onboard cameras have spotted the affected area, and everything is working okay. SAFE is asking its members to help aspiring commercial drone operators with current information and proper use of their drones. SAFE is an organization that represents all the levels of aviation educators. FAR Part 107 affecting drones went into effect on August 29th. Metro Aviation has welcomed West Michigan Air Care to the Metro family with the delivery of an EC-145E. Metro Aviation assumed the operations of the West Michigan Air Care Kalamazoo-based air medical program on September 1st. The Helicopter Foundation International annually offers scholarships for students preparing for careers in rotorcraft aviation. The application period is now open for several scholarship programs. The deadline to submit applications is November 30th. Transport Canada has granted STC approval to Esterline CMC Electronics for the electronic ethos upgrade on ADR 42 and 72 aircraft with its CMA 6800 display solution. It's claimed that this installation is the optimal cost-effective alternative to replacing old CRT displays. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's get back to the rest of the news. A proposed law that would have made it a crime to refuse screening by the TSA at Albany International Airport, New York, has been shelved by the county legislator at the request of Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple. The Albany Times-Union reports that Apple had proposed the law to cover what he said was a weak spot in the TSA screening system and allows people to refuse to be screened and to walk away without boarding their flights. Apple said his deputies do not currently have the authority to question such persons. Under the proposed law, leaving the line prior to screening of the passenger or his or her luggage could have resulted in a misdemeanor charge. Among the concerns expressed by groups opposing the proposed law were the possibility of unwarranted arrest and racial or religious profiling. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited streams daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.